Well, Teddy Roosevelt had boxing. Dwight Eisenhower, of course, had golf. Remember at Augusta. And John Kennedy had sailing. So many of our presidents have openly displayed their love of sport, either as a fan or participant. But Barack Obama was the first true hoop head to serve as commander-in-chief. And in addition to attending games, both college and pro, that love of basketball also led number 44 to have the White House tennis court modified to accommodate 2 basketball hoops so the president could run some full-court pickup games with the staff and visitors. For more on President Obama's love of basketball, here's Scoop Jackson.
What's up, Champ? What are y'all doing with this rookie, man? Is he carrying the bags and stuff?
Everything.
Huh?
Everything.
You got to earn it out here.
If you don't listen, you're going to shave it.
They're going to shave it. Now, that's trademark, man. That's big money right there.
The audacity of a man to give this game a life it never had. The audacity to change the face of not only basketball, but of what America's game is and what it stands for.
We certainly noticed over the course of his 8 years in office, the NBA locker rooms have become much more engaged in what's going on around the world.
I think basketball is been enriched by the fact that the president has been such a vocal and outspoken advocate of the game.
Basketball has become this country's real game, the true national pastime. The audacity to make it so much more than just a black man playing a black man's game.
When he was in high school in Hawaii, he was not a great player, but it ultimately became a way for him not just to exercise, but to relate to, you know, sort of an everyday person, his friends, colleagues, with a pickup game.
When I first played pickup basketball with the president was before he was the president. It was a few months after he had met my sister and they had started dating. And my sister would hear my dad and I talk about how you could tell a person's personality by the way they played pickup basketball. I was able to report back to my sister that he was a very fair and high character, high integrity player. The best part about it was, though, he did not just pass me the ball trying to suck up to me in order to get a good report from my sister. And as they say, the rest is history.
Now we must say farewell. Peace to the game's first fame, the country's first official point guard. And in true point guard fashion, Obama ran things unapologetically, unshook. It's every point guard's duty to lead, to unite.
Regardless of what you think of him politically, personally, he is very approachable. There's a comfort level. When he walks in the room before we start filming, you know, he's very good at sort of disengaging everyone and allowing everyone to be put at ease.
How you doing, Mr. President?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Great.
Basketball, more than anything, is a game of inclusion. Obama understood that.
He usually played with people who were better than he was. And there's an art to being a weak link in the five. He knew what his limits were. He also had the cool head. Cool head main thing is an island saying. You'll hear people in Hawaii talk that way. Obama was the guy who would calm people down. And I think there's some analogies there to his governing style. Kind of cool, detached, looking for input, wanting good people around him because he was humble enough to know what his limitations were.
Here's a fact. The first sitting president to continue to participate in a team sport activity while in office chose basketball to be that sport. He forever remembered that basketball was what kept him connected to everyday people.
You can see how he lights up when he's around basketball players or the game or kids who are playing it. When he's just lightly holding a ball, there's that little bounce in his step.
How much basketball are you playing right now, by the way?
You know, I've hung it up for a while.
Okay.
I figure let's not pop an Achilles in the last 10 months of my presidency.
Right.
Obama, being such a fan of the game each year in office, would fill out his picks for the NCAA tournament.
The reason that Barackatology worked was President Obama had an interest in the sport. It has been well documented that if he needs to sort of decompress at night, he would watch SportsCenter. Maybe an occasional college basketball game, certainly the NBA.
I started off making the right pick. I'm going to end making the right pick.
The audacity to believe that if you play the game and have crazy love for the game as he did, you might not make it to the NBA. Instead, you could become president.
President Obama was kind enough to reveal his own picks in the NCAA tournament every year with us here at ESPN. So how did he do over 8 years? Well, he picked 64% of the games correctly, which is about average. He correctly picked 8 of the 32 Final Four teams, so roughly one each season, and he did pick 2 correctly in both 2012 and 2015. But he picked the national champion correctly just one time. That was back in 2009 when President Obama correctly chose the Tar Heels to win it all, and they did.